Discord. All right. Y'all, welcome to our weekly huddle. Julie Shroma is going to kick us off.
Well, it's so fun to get started with celebrations each week and to see how everyone is doing. So we have a new rank up to gold. Daniela Murillo ranked to gold, which means she gets to go to the gold party at convention. She gets to invite to gold school. Super exciting. Then we have our rank ups to silver, Norian Navarro and Tammy Lundgren. Congratulations, adding 3 there. And then in the spirit of 3, people who enrolled 3 last month got that white plexus tumbler, and that's me. Yay, because I need a tumbler, and Norian Navarro. So super exciting. And we've already had, it's not even the 6th of the month, but people have already started enrolling for February, and that's Daniela Murillo. Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, Daniela Murillo and Tracy Fogel. And so that means they get 250 perks already. That's $25 product credit. So super exciting. All right, I'm going to turn it back to Tracy.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Y'all, it is so exciting. And just a reminder for this month, when you help 1 friend get started, you get 250 additional perks. When you help 3 friends get started, you get a super fun custom Plexus bento box that my children will probably try to steal from me, but it's fine. And then when you enroll 6 friends, you get an extra $400 bonus on top of everything you're already getting paid. So super fun stuff available this month. I am going to kick it, you guys, to my friend Michael to share her story with Plexus. And y'all, I'll never forget the time when I heard Michael's story for the first time. And I was just like, what? Like, I'm so glad you found these products because you're here now. Like, you're here with us. And I met her at convention, and it is just incredible. So I want you to listen. I want you to think of any questions you may have, because at the end of Michael's story, we are going to open it for some questions, or you can type them in the chat as we go. So Michael, I am going to kick it to you, friends.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. I only regret that I didn't find Plexus sooner. My mom is a bit of a naturopath, and I was very sick from an early age. So that means I have tried all the herbs, and I have drank all the asparagus juice and all the weird, gross stuff. But when I was 13, my kidney shut down. And so I was a dialysis patient all through high school and all through college, which meant I had a lot of infections. And you're prone to that when you're doing dialysis in a clinic or in a hospital or in your home, like I was. And so from time to time, I've had peritonitis, which requires some really powerful antibiotics, which wipe out your gut. And I had pancreatitis at one point. And then I finally got a transplant. And I got a transplant when I was about 24 years old. And I was already doing a lot of healthy things. I was on a extremely restricted diet being a dialysis patient, to watch your potassium and watch your phosphorus, and your blood pressure is going to be high, to cut out all the salts, all the processed foods, and all the canned foods. So I was already really good at managing my diet and exercise. So after my transplant, life went on as usual. I got married and was working loads and loads of hours. And out of nowhere, I got meningitis. And that nearly killed me. I'm pretty sure anyone who's known me for any long term has seen me when they were pretty sure I wasn't going to live very much longer. They're like, Michael was a good old girl, but we're going to be missing her pretty soon. So I think Cammie's one of those. I'm pretty sure Cammie saw me in some of my death days there. But I just kept doing the things that I needed to do to stay alive, basically. And then I got another transplant. That kidney shut down from meningitis. And so I was on dialysis again, and a lot of sickness going on here. And I ended up having high blood pressure for an extended period of time, which led to, at some point in my time, I had a stroke. I didn't know this until they did a scan of my brain, and then they saw that I had a stroke at some point. So my gut was destroyed. I had years and years of prednisone, which destroys your gut. And then also when my kidney was trying to fail on me, it was rejecting, they sent me through treatments to try to save that kidney. And the treatments that you go through, each time that you have that treatment, it increases your chances of having cancer by 10%. And it's 2 different kinds of treatments. And I had to have each of these treatments 5 times. So if you do the math, that's about 100%. I'm at 100% chance of having cancer in my lifetime. And then you add to that a transplant patient, someone who's received a kidney from someone else, increases your likelihood of having cancer by another, I think, 20%. And I've had 2 transplants. So you're like, okay, 140% chance of having cancer. And you don't even factor in the countless drugs and treatments and chemicals that my body's been inundated with for years and years and years. And so I wanted to bounce back. My husband and I became foster parents, and because I couldn't work anymore and I couldn't stay in the house doing nothing, so we trained. We started having kids in our house. Still a dialysis patient, and we have 4 foster kids in our house, and I have 0 energy, and I'm dragging myself through life. Then the worst came to worst in 2020 when I also got COVID. And post COVID, that's when I can't say I was the most tired I've ever been, but I was really, really fatigued, and I couldn't bounce back. And I had 4 kids in my house, no, 2 kids and maybe 3 kids. There's some kids in my house, and I'm trying to get them to school every day, and I'm trying to get them dressed and hair done and all these things, and I'm just exhausted. So I'm putting my kids to bed every day at 2 o'clock for a nap so that I can nap. And then after that, I usually get up, and I still don't manage to recover from nap time to actually get dinner made. Something will come out of the freezer, and I'll thaw it, and we'll eat. But anyway, I had seen Cami post, and Cami posted a lot. And honestly, when I first saw her post about Plexus, I was thinking someone has schemed Cami's Facebook, because Cami would never post about, this, whatever scheme, is in my mind. And so one day she messaged me and she said, I see that you've liked some of my posts before. Have you thought about it? And I said, I was just desperate enough at that point in time. And I was like, I'm exhausted, Cami. I'm drinking at least a loaded tea every day, sometimes 2, and they're like $8 a pop. I can't afford it, but it's all I can do to drag myself through life. And she goes, well, let me just see what I can do for you. So I started with first, before that, I had her send me every ingredient to pretty much every Plexus supplement that exists. And I had to read through all of them and Google all of them and read all. I'm a weirdo. That is not common. But I did end up just starting with just Slim and Active. And I bought it at full price. I didn't even join as a VIP at that point. I was still like that, arm's length. And so, but with the Slim and Active, immediately I had the energy that I needed, and it was clean energy, and I wasn't crashing, and I wasn't having heart palpitations like a loaded tea would give me. And so I was like, okay. And for me, that was all that I needed. So I stayed with that. And she's sending me some other things. And I'm watching her post still. And I start to wonder, because I have lifetime long endometriosis issues and ovarian cyst. And I had cut out sugars from my life a long time ago. And I noticed every time that I ate sugars, I would have just writhing pain. On a heating pad, I'm popping Tylenol, I'm in a hot bath. And I really had gotten in my head that this was just how life was going to be for me. And so I was like, well, I'll just try these things. So I added, at this point, I was taking Triplex, but I added on some X Factor Plus and the Vital Biome, because I heard that those were awesome for hormonal issues. And within that first month that I had those, the pain was gone. And I even did a little science experiment, and I tried, it came up on Thanksgiving time, and I ate all of the desserts that there were for Thanksgiving. It was a lot of desserts, and I didn't have any pain. And so that told me that those cysts had definitely shrunk just from what I was doing with the supplements. And so I was like, that's it. That was a big, big thing. Like, I'm not going to hurt every day for the rest of my life. Can you imagine that? And so I did eventually add on some Mega X, just because I've had dialysis, and every major vascular point of my body has had access to dialysis. And so all those vessels are just blown, and high blood pressure and all that. So I thought, well, anything that's going to be good for my cardiovascular system couldn't hurt. So that's kind of my regimen now. And I did an ease challenge one time, and I loved that, because being a dialysis patient, when your phosphorus gets out of control, it pulls calcium from your bones and deposits it in soft tissue. And all of my calcium deposits were here in my knuckles. This knuckle, my thumb, and on the same thing on his hand. So writing with a pencil for a while or doing anything that's going to cause me knitting, crocheting, all those things were really, really painful. So I did ease for a month, and it was so wonderful that I keep ease all the time now. And even my face got a little slimmer. I haven't been taking it recently because I haven't had any pain, but I need to take it regularly. I know that I need to, but that's my little thing for ease. Um, I said a whole lot. So are there questions or anything you want to dive into or any information you want to know from me?
Oh my goodness. How many of y'all are just like jaw drop, hit the floor, like, holy cow. One, I'm so grateful that you and Cami connected because like, I know we always say like sharing is caring, right? Or, people need what we have. And I just think about like, what if Cami had never shared? Like, what if she had never messaged you? And I just am so grateful. So, okay, break down, what do you take each day?
Okay. Right now I will drink Slim every day. I drink Hydrate every day. I love Hydrate. I have Hydrate usually in the evening times, and I'll mix it with collagen because I'm 45 years old. And so those are and I keep Active on hand, but I don't need Active anymore. And that was like my go-to thing. That was my had to have in the beginning. And now I'm like, oh, now I just like a little bit of a pack in there for some, flavor or something. Like I mix it with my Slim or something. But I do keep it on hand. In the mornings, I take I take 2 BioCleanse, and I take Omega X at nighttime. I take Probio 5 at nighttime. I take Vital Biome at nighttime. In the morning, I also take probably something else too. Let's see. Said the Mega X. Said my probiotic. Yeah, and sometimes ease, but I haven't been regular with ease lately.
You got to get back on that train, sister.
Oh, no, I love ease. I do. Oh, and I forgot MetaBurn. I think MetaBurn kind of took the place of the Active a little bit. I mean, it really soars me through the beginning of my day. And I also didn't mention balance. I did this balance challenge with you guys a couple of months ago, and I kind of kept that up. And I love it. Like I'm not hungry. Like I can go all day, all day. I love balance, and I'm like suggesting it to everybody now. It's like as soon as I get a new something introduced to me and see what it does for me, I'm like writing on people like, you got to try this balance thing. You got to do it too every day. And so, yeah, that's been awesome. I love it.
That's incredible. Michael, thank you so much for sharing. This adds so much value. And I just want to encourage you all, as you were hearing Michael's story, if anybody kind of came to mind, what we're going to do is kind of trim this call down to where we just have Michael's story. Michael, if you're okay with that, where they could send your story to a friend if they felt like it could help them. So we'll get that.
I wish I had said it better now.
No, girl, it's good.
I thought I was just talking to friends.
Now you're talking to friends of friends, even better.
Even better.
Okay, we always do something fun on this call, and we do a product giveaway. So what I like to do, if you're like, how do we decide what products we're giving away? Usually I will hear a story and be like, wow, they talked about this product, and then we will give that product away. So since Michael's favorite new product is Balance, and I'm guessing some of y'all probably have not tried it yet. I want you to post in the comments kind of like something you heard in Michael's story that maybe you didn't know Plexus could really help balance out. And so share that in the chat, and then we will pick a winner at the end of the call for a free bottle of Balance. Next, what we're going to talk about is something really, really exciting. And I asked for our friend Rachel Stucca to share a little bit about her experience at Plexus Gold School. But I want to tee this up really well, because some of you may not know what gold is or what gold means. I know when I joined Plexus, I was really just looking to help a few friends, and And then once I helped a few friends, I was like, okay, what's next? And my sponsor was like, you should go for gold. And then I decided to go to convention like 3 months after I started sharing Plexus. And I was like, well, go big or go home, I think I'd like to be gold by convention. Like that feels like a good thing to do. And so I started kind of getting my eyes set on gold. So what does gold mean? It is the third rank up in Plexus: silver, senior silver, gold. It means you have about 20-ish customers ordering consistently from either yourself and people on your downline that you have helped share. So all of that kind of adds up. It means that you're earning about $400 to $500 a month with Plexus, $300 to $500. It fluctuates month to month, but it is a good, solid stream of income that you are now making with Plexus. And it means that you have caught the vision for what this could be for yourself and your families. And there's a few things that come with gold. When you rank to gold, you get to attend the gold party at convention. It is a party for people who have ranked to gold and their sponsors in a year period from from July through June, from June through May. Oh my gosh, June through May. And so that is one thing you get. You get an invitation to Gold School. Gold School happens quarterly typically, and they try to hit like the northern United States, the eastern United States, the southern, and then the West Coast. They try to kind of do them all around. Gold School is a one-day event from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. where you and your sponsor get to go together and be trained. It is over $1,000 value in training. It's incredible. You get inundated with Plexus Corporate, and you just get to have that experience. The other thing you get when you're on our team, which is really cool, is you get access and an invitation to join us for a weekly coaching for golds and above. It's a Thursday night call that I partner with my friend Meredith to lead our teams in, and it is specific coaching to help grow your business beyond gold. Really start working on leadership and developing others and service and all of those things that go into building a business with Plexus. So that is what gold means. And y'all, Rachel Stucco went gold. What month did you go gold in? Do you remember?
I think it was the end of November. No, maybe December, early December or end of November. I think I'm getting the nod from Julie, end of November.
We're going to go with end of November. Rachel went gold at the end of November, shortly after we got back from our leaders retreat on the cruise, which is why events are so incredibly important. You caught the vision there and it really changed things for you. And you were like, okay, what's next? I'm ready to do this. And then she attended Gold School in Anaheim, California, just last week and a couple weekends ago, 2 weekends ago. Yeah. The end of January. Yeah. 2 weekends ago. And so Rachel, I'm going to turn it over to you and just let you share a little bit like what you learned, what your experience was, and how all that went.
Yeah. I appreciate that. And I should preface that, like, I knew, I never had like a goal, like, you know, I did not have that 3-month, I'll become gold. It was just, I really love when I first started, it also was like, I'm not going to sell Plexus. I mean, kind of like Michael, like kind of how you were talking about Cami. Like if people see me start posting about this, like it's got to be something that I care about. You know, I'm not just going to be a mouthpiece for some Joe Schmo company. Yeah, that's not why we are all here. And so the more that like it has, like, it's changed my life. It's changed me physically. It's changed me from the inside out. Okay. And so that's hard not to share that kind of stuff. So with ranking gold, like I knew it would happen at some point, just didn't know exactly when. So that's kind of fun. But going to Gold School, that was a choice, okay, because it is not a Plexus paid for event. Like the training is free, but like I'm still paying airfare, I'm paying hotel, and it has to do something in your brain, right? So I had to choose, like, this is a business and I want like this is the best thing for me in moving forward with my children. Okay. Like, and providing for my family. And it's like, I am worth this training. So my kids, I sat them down. It was actually on the 5th anniversary of my husband's death. So for me, emotionally, it was very difficult. Like, what do you do? And I went. Like, we celebrated the weekend before, right? And then I chose to go to Gold School, even though it's a big anniversary for my day or for my family. But like, I tell you, like, I was just blown away by everything there, by the generosity of the company, by the people that I met. And it was just good for my brain because it's like, I deserve this training. I deserve to be here. And I'm excited to be here. And what it did for me is I realized that this company, it takes it from like, like, oh, I like Plexus. These supplements are good. I think I can make a little income. But now it's like, now I can put like faces to people, and it's like, these people are real. Okay. So we all hear the names, but our founder, that one, our founder, Alec and Jean, CEO, someone correct me, or, they are making the point to go to every Gold School. And that excites me that it's like, that's coming from those are our top leaders. And that just spoke volumes to me. And I got to personally talk to them. And I even got to tell them that, like, how I see them talk with one another, how they take care of leadership, how they take care of, like, not just the diamonds at the company, but how they are pouring into like gold, like, and how they are pouring into all the ambassadors, like how generous they are as a company with like our commissions and pay points and everything like that. Like, I got to speak life into them too, because it's like, not all companies are like this. Okay. And so that just ignited my fire of that. It solidified that, like, I partnered with the right company. We are in good hands. And so, I walked away with that value of like relationships. And another big thing that I realized is that these are all just people. Okay. So sometimes I don't know, I'm just going to I guess, talk for me because I can't talk for you, but I like to think of people at the top of a company. They're kind of like celebrities. Yeah. So they're untouchable, and, oh, like, I'll never make it up there, like, I don't have what it takes. And it's like, I see these people. So some diamonds came, and it's like, everybody that I'm rubbing shoulders with, we're all just people. The same way that we are all just on this Zoom call. It doesn't matter our ranks. Like, we are all people, and we all have a story, and we all have gifts, and it's beautiful. And that was very exciting to realize that, I don't know, it's more than just, it's not like, it's relationship based, right? So, I mean, some people are going to sail to the top faster than others, but for me, it just was like beautiful that if those people can do it, if Tracy can do it, if Julie can do it, if Michelle can do it, if Cami can do it, I can do it, and if I can, and if I can do it, if I can make Gold School, like, I know anybody can make Gold School. So, it was just a blessing to get poured into. And so and clearly they do wonderful training, and everything. But I think for me personally, it was a big shift in my mindset, and just, I don't know, I guess me as a person, that was probably my biggest takeaway.
Rachel, I love that. I love that. Okay. Comment in the chat if you've been to Gold School before. And then comment in the chat if you're working to go to Gold School this year. One of my favorite things about Gold School, I know, Rosie, but they're coming to Canada. Yay! We're so excited about that. They're about to do their first Canadian Gold School in April, and we're really, really excited. The coolest thing about Gold School that I love is everybody can be working towards the same thing. So if you're new to sharing, you're working to earn Gold School for the first time. If you're you've gone gold before and now you're working to help people share, you're working to help people rank to gold so that you guys can go together. It is just really, really cool when you can kind of unify on the goal that you're working towards. And it's fun to do this together. Okay, Julie messaged me and said, Carrie has a question for Michael. I'm trying to scroll. Julie, do you want to unmute and ask it?
Yeah, Michael, there's a lot of people here in Hawaii, maybe everywhere, that are on dialysis that she's connected to. So where would you recommend somebody starting? Like where, knowing what you know now,
Yeah.
where would you recommend the average dialysis patient start?
For me, I mean, most dialysis patients are much younger than me. I was 13 when my kidney shut down, but even still, energy is a huge issue. So a Metaburn gives me energy. Active was my go-to for energy in the beginning. So, and of course, I know all of you have said that that Slim is really effective for some people. And maybe that was a big part of it because I did start Slim and Active, and maybe it was the two of those together that gave me the energy that I needed. So yeah, also, inflammation is a big issue. They're all going to have swelling and inflammation, excess fluid on their body. So I'm going to go straight to ease. It's a lot of relief because a lot of achy and stiff joints, joints that have too much fluid build up on them. So I'm going to go to ease. Slim and active is what I'm going to start with. Of course, there's high blood pressure rampant. So Mega X is, I mean, if you want to contain that damage that's been done.
That's really helpful, Michael. Thank you for mentioning that. You guys, something to note, Slim Active and Ease is somewhere that people can start and genuinely feel pretty good, pretty quick. Raise your hand if you had some detox with triplex. Yeah. Yeah. Tasha's like, I'm in it, Tracy. I'm messaging you. I promise it's so worth pushing through, but especially with people who already don't feel good. That Slim Active and Ease, I think that's a great advice, Michael. Do you do the hunger control Slim or the microbiome?
I do microbiome. I have done a lot of hunger control in the past, but I love the microbiome. I come back to it every time. I'll do the hunger control for a couple of months, maybe before or after doing a reset or something. But I love coming home to my microbiome, the watermelon raspberry one. Keeping in mind, though, with dialysis patients, they're very limited on the amount of fluids they can take in. I'm talking, I mean, you should not take in more than like 500 milliliters a day. So, I mean, all I would suggest is like a bottle of water with both Slim and Active in it. And that's because the more fluid you put in, the more fluid retention you're going to have. It's going to make your blood pressure get higher. So they are fluid limited.
So good. And I know people can message you on Facebook. You're so helpful if anybody has specific questions. So thank you so much. And Rachel, thank you for sharing about Gold School. Oh my gosh, y'all, there are some fun locations for Gold School this year. Grand Rapids, Michigan is in March. Canada, which is only for Canadians right now, but that's in April. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is in May. Yep. And then Atlanta, Georgia is, I think, August, and Dallas, Texas is sometime in October. So I always recommend trying to go when you earn it, because what you wouldn't want to do is go gold this month and then be like, oh, they're coming to Dallas. I'm going to wait until October to get the training that I need to move forward. Plus, it is the most fun girls trip weekend, and it is awesome. Okay, the last thing we're going to do before we hop off here is I've asked Mary Carmen Ascari to share just with you kind of why she started sharing Plexus. We're trying to help people grow confidence in knowing, why they're doing this and why it's important and what they're working towards. And so that's why we have this spot on this weekly call, just to give each person an opportunity to share this. Mary.
Okay. All right. So how do I start? Things have shifted for me tremendously, and it makes me really nervous to even share with you guys, because that just puts me in a position of, oh my gosh, I started sharing Plexus because I thought that I needed to just help with finances at home. And I really felt like being cool, being part of something else. I really liked what Tracy was telling me about, this company and everything. And then I was like, well, if I'm going in, I'm not just gonna share once or twice a week. I'm just going in. And I told Tracy, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it for real. I've heard so much about network marketing, and I can't believe it actually works. But if it's working for you, my friend, I'm gonna have to give this a try. So I did it for that kind of a challenge, and like, is it really real? You know, I went in and I was like, well, you know, I can provide some finances at home or whatever. But guys, things have shifted. Things have shifted so much in the last few weeks, months, to where my biggest why, I'm like shaking right now to tell you this. I'm shaking because, okay, you're my people, right? My biggest why is I want my husband to quit his job. I want him to quit his job and be here with us. He's miserable. And he's growing his company from home while he's working because we have 4 kids and it's a lot. So I'm shaking. That is my biggest why. I'm shaking because, wow, that's huge. Can you imagine? I've been here for 10 years as a stay-at-home mom. And for me to say that that's my why, I don't know. So that's my why. So I am here to tell you, I'm working really hard to get there because I've heard so many people in this company that have done that already, where they have provided for their families and their husbands can actually be doing what they're meant to be doing, I guess, you know, more happier families. So that's where I am right now. And Tracy, I kept it short today because I'm crying.
I'm like, are you done? That's all? No. I love it. And I think so many of us can just attest to similar things that we've either seen happen in our families or we are hopeful will happen in our families. I will never forget the day we're just driving down the road and my husband was with a good company and he wasn't happy. And he was just like, you're giving us the stability for me to be able to try something different. And it's just that flexibility and that freedom to really not get stuck in what is expected of you, but to be able to fluidly move through life and be doing things that bring you joy. And I am telling you, our house, it's like the stress has lifted, right? He's with a company now that he feels respected and empowered and honored, celebrated, all the things we talked about on book club, Michelle, like that. And it is worth it, Mary. So keep working hard, keep your eyes, like know why you're doing it, because that's what carries you through the highs and the lows, right? Y'all, there's no straight upward trajectory in this business. There is failing forward. There is learning and growing. There is trying things that work and trying things that don't work. And you have been creating with Rosabel an entire Spanish community in the process. So I believe it. Deborah, you'll get there. Yes, you will get there. The only way you don't get there is if you stop. And I heard that when I first started, and I think that there is nothing more true than that statement. The only way you don't get there is if you stop. So I'm going to share what's coming up this week, and then we are going to hop off. This call was a little bit longer tonight, but thank you so much for being with us. I want to announce our prize winner, and Caitlin Durham, it's you. But I saw that you commented that you didn't know there was something for inflammation and pain. So if you'd rather have ease as your free product, I can send you that. They're about the same price. So just if you'll send your info to your sponsor and tell her which product you would want. Oh, you're commenting. I will try anything. Well, you get to choose ease or balance. You can be pain-free or you can block the cookies. Either one. It's up to you. Okay, let us know, send your address and we'll get that shipped out to you. What is coming up this week? So you guys, like I said, a lot of what we do in our community is with a friend and a partner named Meredith, and we do a lot of calls together. Tomorrow night, she is leading a call that we are calling Next Steps. It is simple steps to sharing plexus. So maybe you're kind of new to sharing plexus. Maybe you've been here a little bit, but you're like feeling stuck, or you're like, I'm not really sure where to go next. This call would be great for you. They're going to be talking about hosting, inviting friends, how to show up with integrity and build trust with people. And so they're going to talk about tangible steps to sharing plexus on that call tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We have the graphic, and so we'll send that in the chat thread, and we'll actually post about it in the Wellness Warrior Hope Shares group also. And then the other thing that we have this week is a Zoom call that I think Allie is taking the lead on. Is that right? Yes. And it is an opportunity call. So the difference in these two calls is the opportunity call might be for somebody who is interested in learning more about plexus. Like they're curious about the opportunity. Maybe they've loved the products and you've asked them, hey, you're loving the products. Would you be open to sharing them? Could that be a blessing for your family, right? That is where you would kind of plug them in. Allie's going to be sharing her story, and a couple of others are going to be sharing their story of why this was a good idea for them and what it's meant for their families. So we have people who are ready to take the next step and people who are open to learning more about this opportunity. And both of those calls are this week. And that's what we've got for you. So I am so excited for the month of February. I know that you all have big goals. And hear me say, we believe that you can. We believe that you can. Remember, dollar enrollment ends on the 15th of the month, and product credit with purchase ends on the 15th of the month. So you guys need to be following up with everybody you've talked to, helping them get started with the best options for them and their budget before the 15th of the month. Prices will go up. Those discounts will go away. And so just carve out some time to do that this week or next. Okay, you guys, we will see you next week on the Huddle with a new testimony, a new story of success, and a new product giveaway. Awesome. Thank y'all for being here. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.